All I ever wanted was somebody to play. Yeah, take my song, put it on a plate, and get goosebumps every time they play it. Raiders, this my calling.
Hey guys, welcome back. Or hello friends, welcome back. If you saw that last clip, where I was at the library. And I went there by myself. And I drove myself, and I'm just really proud. And I didn't go in with headphones, so that's a big deal for me, because you guys know with my anxiety and stuff, I always have to wear headphones in public places. But yeah, so basically what happened was, by this point you guys would have already seen the video where I went to the gym while Babe went out with the guys, and I talked about that a little bit. So that night when he got home, I was really upset because the way that I think about it, it's like he didn't want to spend time with me, and like the free time that he had, he'd rather have spent it with the guys, which is not okay at all, and it's not healthy, and I am not condoning to the way that I reacted to it. That happened. We got into a really big fight. It was a pretty serious one, more so because I just felt like I'm not as healthy mentally as I should be, and I don't feel like I'm the healthiest I can be, and I do feel a lot of the time like my mental health is a burden on our relationship, and also I just feel like I don't want him to have to deal with my issues because they're mine, you know? So that's a big deal for me, and we got into that, and I just kind of told him like, hey, maybe I'm not the right person for you right now, blah blah blah. So we went into that, but then I don't know, we just ended up working it out. And I came to the conclusion that along the way, because we've been together for a long time and I wouldn't take it back for anything, probably the best thing that's ever happened to me, I feel like, if I didn't find our relationship, that I might not be here right now, if that makes any sense. I came to the conclusion that somewhere along the way I lost my independence. When we started dating, I was working, and then eventually I was paying my own bills. I got my own car, and it was like everything I did was on my own. That's the way my mom raised me, was to be independent. But then with my anxiety and with my depression, I kind of started just confiding in him as company, and just didn't allow myself to know other people or know other things. Everything in my life was basically encompassed around him and our relationship, which it's good to have that, but also what I told Babe is I need to learn how to become my own person again, because I need to know what it's like to live in a world where it's not just about our relationship, if that makes sense. So he went to the gym today. I can't go to the gym because, if I haven't mentioned it, I got my neck injury again. So it's literally all right here, and it goes all the way to like right here on my shoulder, but then it goes all the way back, and then when it gets really severe when I'm at work, it even goes down to like my collarbone, and it just feels like a big amount of pressure. So I couldn't go to the gym, and I was kind of upset, and I was gonna probably react the way that I would have last week if he got home. But then I'm like, I have this extra time to dedicate to something that is important to me, and so I went to the library. So that's why I was really proud of myself. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching another video. I am interrupting because I think I'm going to touch base and reflect on each topic of the video, because in this conversation alone I go into a lot of different topics. I think it's like 3, not a lot, but you get it. But before that, I just wanted to tell you guys that I hope that you guys are all being safe, and that your family and your loved ones are all safe, and that you guys aren't being affected by the coronavirus. I know I don't even like, it's a horrible thing that we're all going through. So yeah, and I also wanted to address the fact that I didn't handle my part as responsibly as I would have liked, and I wish I would have started my social distancing a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but before I actually realized that I was being selfish and wasn't doing my part. So I did want to address that. I don't know what I was thinking. I was being selfish, to put it short. So yeah. Okay, so what you guys just saw, that is crazy for me to look back at, just because it's crazy to see how much I've improved with my anxiety. It just shows me what kind of mental space I was in. I used to basically feel like my husband didn't make me his first priority because he chose to not spend every single waking moment with me, and that's not healthy at all. And I think that once I realized that, I started to feel guilty, because then I started to think, holy shit, like, he has to deal with so many of my issues because I have so much anxiety, or because I have depression. So I start to feel guilty about those things, and obviously I'm like, you're amazing, like, you should be with somebody who's healthy, who wants to go out and do things with people, who doesn't wake up randomly on random days and not want to get out of bed, like little things like that. So that was an issue in our relationship for a really long time, up until maybe like last year is when I started to realize, like, hey, he's a grown adult. If he wants to be with somebody else, it's his choice now. And we've talked about it, and I've told him, you don't owe me anything. Like, we've been together for a long time, and if you're ever unhappy, I would hope that you would leave me, because we owe each other that much honesty to one another, to leave if we're not happy, and not just stay with one another because we've been together for a long time. That's not the way it works. And the only reason that I realized that it's his choice to be with me at this point, like, is because I talked to a friend who gave me that advice. She was the one who told me, at the end of the day, it's his choice to be with me or not. So if he chooses to be with me knowing that I have my mental health issues, then that's his choice. And so after realizing that, I think that really did start helping me realize that he did want to be with me, because he wanted to be with me, and he was willing to be with me through all the hard parts. So with that being said, that made me want to make sure that I was doing everything in my power to be the best wife for him, because he was willing to be with me and be the best husband for me while I was trying to get my shit together. And I'm so lucky in that aspect. I don't know, it's like a motivation for me now to work on my mental health, to make sure that I am the best person that I can be for our marriage, for our future, and then also for the relationships that I'm trying to build now, trying to be like a better friend for my friends, trying to be a better sister, trying to be a better daughter. I don't know, it's crazy to see how much progress I've made, but yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. So if you are somebody who is dealing with mental health, and because I feel like that guilt factor is always there when you have to deal with your mental health. But at the end of the day, like my really good friend told me, they're choosing to stay with you. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's really hard to build a healthy relationship when you're dealing with unhealthy habits. For example, mine were creating my own negative thoughts that my husband was not making me a priority. And also, if you've been in a relationship for a long time, I think now I realize it's so important to have your own group of friends outside of the relationship, because obviously if you've been together for a long time, a lot of the time you end up with the same friends. But it's important to have your own friends, and for the other person to have their own friends. It's important for you guys to have your own habits, have your own time apart, so that you guys have that time to build that foundation of trust. So it's just like, it's crazy. This is what, like a year and a half old, and I've learned so much within that year. So if you're dealing with something similar to what I was dealing with, the guilt factor, just know that hopefully, right, we're all adults. We're all making our own choices. We are able to improve. You are worth it. That's literally what I wanted to say, is that you are worth it, and don't feel guilty. Don't feel like you don't deserve somebody who's going to treat you right because you're dealing with mental health issues. So
yeah, and now that I've talked so long, I think I'm gonna have to make this video shorter so that you guys don't get overwhelmed with everything that I am talking about. But yeah, if you guys liked this topic, if you guys have anything you guys want me to film, I don't have a lot of free time right now, but I write them down on a list, so eventually I'll get to them. I love you guys, and I hope that you guys are staying safe. Right now, I am sending prayers. It's not something that I do often, but I'm sending prayers to all of you guys. So yeah, I love you guys. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the things. I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye!
Okay, so that's one topic I wanted to cover. I also wanted to cover how I'm just feeling a little discouraged again because